What is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity consists of technologies, processes, controls to protect networks, systems, programs, devices, and data from cyber threats. So cybersecurity is used to reduce cyber risk from cyber attacks looking to exploit by unauthorized access to your systems, programs, and devices. Thinking about cybersecurity, I want you to picture your home. You lock that front door, you lock that back door, you ensure all the windows are shut so no one can get inside. You don't want unwanted visitors to come in during the night or during the day when maybe you're sleeping or maybe when you're not at home. You may have a security alarm, you maybe have a fire alarm, so in case if anything does go wrong, you get notified straight away. So now I want you to picture your business. A lot of businesses don't know when that front door is locked or if it's ever opened, or even if they do have a front door, if those windows and doors are closed. And this is what these cyber criminals and where these cyber threats lie. When somebody comes in, do you know that somebody has been within your home? Same with your business. When somebody is exploited or within your network, you get notified. There's systems, technologies, and processes that can be embedded. So the purpose of cybersecurity is to protect you, your business, from being exploited and ensuring that front door and that window is closed and locked. And if it is ever opened, you are alerted straight away and you have process and systems in place to mitigate those risks. Some cyber facts and stats out there. So every 19 seconds, a small medium enterprise company in the UK is hacked. An average 65,000 attacks daily are happening to businesses, and 4,200 of them are successful. Action Forward alone has reported over 15,000 cases where an individual has reported where their social media or email account has been hacked. These stats clearly show that the cyber threat is growing. It's not something we can no longer ignore, and we need to focus on best methods to tackle this threat from processes, technologies, and controls for both us individuals at home and also for businesses to ensure that we keep our data and our networks a lot more secure, and if it is compromised, ensure that we have appropriate controls in place. So why would a cyber criminal target you or your business? You may hear the saying where a lot of us do, and I hear this all too often, where, oh yeah, they'll never target me. They'll target those big corporate organizations. And you see these big corporate organizations on the news because they are big corporate organizations. And if you're targeted, you're not going to hit the news. So a cyber criminal will attack your business if they find that A, you're not thinking that you will be a victim, but also if you make it easy for them as well. So I'll give you an example. If you go and attack a big organization that has all these security cameras and their doors and monitoring stuff to pinpoint them while they're gaining access, and your small business, if they could just go in, come out, and you won't even know they're in, maybe they can go in and change some bank account details. They can come in quickly, change those details. Next thing you know it, you got some money missing, but the average detection of a breach takes at the moment about 6 months if you don't have the appropriate controls in place. So you can see why you may be a victim of cybercrime and why a criminal will target you. So what method do these cyber criminals use to exploit your business or your accounts to gain access? One of the most common attacks they use is called phishing, where they will send an email, and the purpose of that email is to gather some personal identified information, your username, your password. And we've probably got a few of these in our inbox from our personal Gmail accounts or Hotmail accounts or in our business accounts, where it may look like it's come from HMRC. And these emails, there's always like a urgency. And when you click on it, they'll probably ask for your password, login details. And that's one way a cybercriminal will use to gain entry into your business to capture this information. And it's still one of the most common methods used by cybercriminals. What is malware? Malware is a malicious piece of software which is designed once it's downloaded, or it could be submitted anyway to your device from emails, downloaded attachments, or maybe something that's been uploaded, a file, and you've downloaded it another way, maybe through getting some code or maybe a white paper and so on. Once this software is on your device, it acts as anything from adware to spyware to ransomware, where a cybercriminal has literally can see what you're doing or encrypts your laptop or your device. So the only way you can get access to it is by paying that criminal a fee to get access to your folders again. What is a man-in-the-middle attack? This is where a cybercriminal may already got in some way into your network and can see what emails you're passing to maybe one of your employees or to maybe one of your customers. So, to give you an example of this, it may not mean where both parties have been exploited. It might just mean one person's been exploited. And as soon as I send that email, the cybercriminal, the guy in the middle, which is known as a man in the middle attack, can see what information has been passed, may change some details on that email, maybe change some links, make it a bit more malicious. So as soon as the end user receives that email again, they have now got either malware on it. It might be changed into a phishing email where they're trying to gain personal identified information. They may even be changing some bank details. So then you're paying the wrong bank account to the cybercriminal's bank account. What is a password attack? Also known as a brute force attack, where a cybercriminal uses almost like a quick search. They have a list of passwords which they will use that people commonly use, like password 123, maybe admin 123, maybe using special characters in passwords. So instead of using an S, using a 5. And they'll use these tactics to gain access to maybe anything from your email accounts, to your servers, to anything that is exploitable on the internet. What is denial of service attack, also known as a DDoS attack? This is where a cybercriminal will flood traffic to your website or your server to slow it down or bring it down. This could be logging into an account several times. This is why these big retail giants like Next, PC World use something called DDoS protection to prevent this from bringing down their website or their servers during high peak selling times. It is drive-by download. This is where a piece of software is downloaded, which is malicious, like malware, which could be adware, Trojan, or ransomware, downloaded to a person's personal device or corporate device without their knowledge. It could be as simple as opening a browser or clicking on a link, and that browser will straight away download a piece of software onto your computer without that user's knowledge. What is malvertising? This is where you may see these adverts popping up when you're browsing a website or maybe a news article, where you're scrolling down and you can see all these adverts popping up. And some of these adverts are targeted by cyber criminals. So you need to click on it. It might be like a drive-by download, could be an application asking for personal identified information, which cyber criminals use quite regularly. And often tactic used now is on social media when you may be searching for something, and then as soon as you're searching for something, it comes up on your Facebook feed. This is also a tactic that cyber criminals do use to trying to get some kind of malicious software or trying to obtain some information about the end user. What is rogue software? Rogue software is malicious software. Once downloaded and you use it, it may show that you've got a virus on your device, which is false. So you end up paying the cyber criminal, or what that software does is actually inflicts more viruses on your devices or your network. It's a common method used by cyber criminals. So what are hackers? So there's several different types of hackers. You've got your ethical hacker, which is also known your white hacker. These are professionals. These are people that will be employed and maybe test your networks or your website. They have got the right badges. They've been authorized to carry out a test. And the methods they use are to ensure that you understand what doors and windows are open within your organization and the tactics that these cyber criminals will use. So there's several different types of cyber criminals, and I'm going to go through each one of them. So the most elite hacker is known as black hat hacker. These are your professional criminals that will purposely send those malware emails, those phishing emails, to gain access to your network and try to gain some financial gain. You also got blue hat hackers, which are maybe known as kiddies, and there are maybe they're not as defined as only children. They maybe want to get some kind of revenge. Maybe they're not happy with some kind of service they've received from your company, or maybe they want to do some. They're upset with somebody, or they want to bully somebody, or they want to prove something to their friends. So these are known as kiddies or your blue hat hackers. You also got green hat hackers. These are people training to be a black hat professional hackers, where they're doing some kind of training, but they're still not as deadly as black hat hackers, but they can still exploit you and gain information from you as an individual or your business. You also got red hat hackers. These are people trying to capture black hat hackers, but they won't care what damage they cause online to get to them. So I'll give you an example of this. You may have a network, like a big network that holds a lot of information. The red hat hacker knows they're already inside. What they'll do is they won't care if they bring down those servers or cause damage, as long as they can exploit the black hat hacker. They do not care what damage they cause to the organization. You also got your grey hat hackers. These are ethical hackers, but also they're your Greenpeace guys. So online, if they feel like your organization is not doing something that's ethical or harming the environment, they may hack you out of their own personal beliefs. So what motivates a cyber criminal? The obvious one is profit driven. They can gain some financial gain from it. The other one is a challenge. They want to test their skills. The other reason could be there's a goal, there's a purpose. They've been employed, maybe by the government, to gather more further intel. Or there might be a business or another political reason for it, to gather further information.